I know you just clicked on this video to hit that dislike button, but before you do that, hear me out. I am a big fan of Bitcoin. I have been invested in Bitcoin ever since 2016, and I recommend anyone to buy Bitcoin if they believe in it. However, there are many cases where you should not buy Bitcoin, and in this video, I'm going to cover what these are. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Ina HM, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here and we haven't met already, welcome to the channel. Please consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. On this channel, I upload videos about personal finance, cryptocurrency, and some magic. Now in this video, we're going to talk about 5 reasons you should not buy Bitcoin. As I said earlier, I am a big fan of Bitcoin. I am invested in Bitcoin, but there are some cases where you should not invest in Bitcoin. Starting with point number 1, which is you want to get rich quick. The first reason you should not buy Bitcoin is because you're in it in order to get rich quick. I get it. We've heard many stories of people getting rich with Bitcoin or crypto. They bought in and became millionaires in a week. Some of these stories are true, many of them are true. However, there are many people who actually lost a lot of money and lost millions of dollars in investing in Bitcoin because mainly they joined in order to get rich quick, and they weren't in it because they did the research and decided that this is a great long-term opportunity and I'm gonna join it and withstand the ups and downs no matter what. Both cases are true, and many people made money and became rich off of crypto, but for the most part, these people joined because they did not want to get rich quick. As for the people who joined in order to get rich quick and they actually got rich, they got lucky, number 1. Number 2 is many of them lost their money again because you know the saying, easy come, easy go. So the faster the money was made, the faster they lost it because, well, let's say you invest $100,000 and the next day or the next week it became $400,000. For the most part, you're gonna become greedy and you're gonna probably end up holding them and then losing the money, if not losing everything. For the most part, you might be smart and maybe remove your money when it hits 400K, which is great. Personally, I would have probably held on and lost it all. Probably. Who knows? Investing in Bitcoin with the sole purpose of getting rich quick will usually end up having you invest with your emotions and not thinking with your brain or thinking rationally, which will end up having you make bad decisions and maybe even join pump and dump schemes, which I'll explain here. Here's what a pump and dump scheme is. We promise you that we're gonna get a coin up to $10. So you see that the price of the coin right now is just $5. So you get excited and buy that coin. And then the coin starts going up and up and up. So the people who were in it initially sell the coin at around $8 or $9 and you're waiting for it to get to 10. And then all of a sudden, as everyone sells, the price goes down to $2. And now you're holding something that you bought for $5 that is worth $2 now. A pump and dump scheme is basically the equivalent of a pyramid scheme, but in crypto. So make sure you do not invest in Bitcoin in order to get rich quick, because for the most part, you're going to lose money or you're going to be disappointed, because when you invest in it for the long run, you're going to withstand the ups and downs no matter what. The second reason why you should not invest in Bitcoin is because you are not looking at the bigger picture. Stop looking at smaller time frames. When you open up a chart, please don't look at the 5-minute, at the 1 hour, at the 4 hour, or even the daily. You can look at the daily, but please look at the bigger picture. Now, I'm definitely not talking about traders in this point. If you're a trader, you're probably looking at the 5-minute or 30-minute or even 1 hour. You actually do need that in order to time your entries and exits correctly. But for the average everyday investor, we really do not need to look at the smaller time frames because number 1, it's going to be harder for us to predict what's going on or to actually understand how the market is moving. When we zoom out and look at something like the weekly or the monthly, we're gonna see if there's a clear uptrend or a clear downtrend, or if we're actually facing a clear resistance, or if we actually have a clear support. So zooming out definitely calms you down and makes you look at things way more objectively and from a zoomed out perspective versus looking at the hourly and seeing red candles dropping and then you're panicking and you panic sell and lose 10% of your money because of a small dip that happened. And 10% in crypto is a small dip. So make sure you zoom out, always look at the bigger picture. Bitcoin happens to move many percentages in a short period of time. This is not even to mention smaller coins which move tens of percents in a few hours. So zoom out, look at the bigger picture. You'll thank me and you will be way more comfortable and confident in your calls and in your trades. The third reason you should not invest in Bitcoin is because you are listening to the noise. There are 2 sides of this. There's the positive noise and the negative noise. Both are equally as bad. I've had friends contact me as soon as a piece of information comes out. They tell me, oh my God, crypto is going to zero. I'm selling everything. I look at them like, calm down. Well, I don't actually look at them. I look at them like that because they texted me, right? Anyway, they panic all of a sudden and they make decisions based on the piece of information that they just heard from someone on the street. It's not even a credible source. When you hear a piece of information that's negative or even positive, for that matter, make sure you go on your phone or your laptop and confirm that this information is actually true. Confirm it from a credible source such as the website coindesk.com. Not sponsored, by the way, I just use it for the crypto news. And then make decisions based on that. But please make sure you do not make decisions solely based on what you think is going to happen because of this news. If you hear that someone got scammed for 1,000 Bitcoins and then you sell your cryptos, how does that make sense? You know what I mean? And then you have the other side of the coin, which is positive news. Positive news is as dangerous, if not even more dangerous than negative news, because people can promise you a lot of things and they can tell you like Bitcoin is going to go up to $250,000 by the end of 2021. You're going to look at the price right now and see it's 58K. Oh, my money is going to go about 4.5 times. Let me buy right now. It's cheap. That's the wrong way to go at it. Let's say you hear someone with a good track record or with someone who you trust in the crypto space saying that Bitcoin is going to go to 250K by the end of this year. Please don't go out and buy it immediately because they just said so. Even though people's track record can be great and they can have many correct decisions that they've made in the past, they can also be wrong sometimes. So if I tell you Bitcoin is going to go to 50K, please don't follow this blindly. Please do your research, look at the charts, find more sources, find more people, and look at their opinions, what they think. Then after everything and you collect all that information, make sure you sit at your desk or your computer, do your own research and see what you find out and what you conclude from all your research. Then you make your decision solely based on what you think and what you deduced from all that research. Personally, I've been a victim of that. I sometimes listen to positive news and it's like confirmation bias. I just decide to believe what I want to believe. Let's say I want Bitcoin to go down today. I start finding clues to show me that Bitcoin is actually going to go down, and then, well, as I said, this is confirmation bias and this is not looking at stuff objectively at all, and this can definitely get you in trouble. So make sure to do your research, think as objectively as possible, listen to many opinions, but don't take them into account. Just listen to them and look at them objectively and challenge them, and then do your own research and make your own decisions. The fourth reason you should not invest in Bitcoin is because you're investing based on someone else's advice blindly. This is somewhat similar to the previous point. However, I just wanted to emphasize it, so I made a separate point for it. Please do not follow anyone's advice blindly. No matter who they are, no matter if they're a billionaire, if they're a millionaire, even when Elon Musk bought Bitcoin, make sure you don't go ahead and blindly buy Bitcoin because he did. Even though he's one of the smartest people on the planet, you need to make sure that Bitcoin is right for you. So do your own research and find out why he bought Bitcoin and why he believes in it, and maybe then you can actually decide, well, he does have a point, so let me buy Bitcoin as well. I've been a victim of this. There's a YouTube channel called Data Dash, and the guy Nicholas Merton, I really respect him, and whatever he says, I almost instantly believe it. And let's say he says buy Cardano, I'm not saying to buy Cardano, but let's say he says that, my instincts would tell me to go ahead and buy it right now because this guy knows what he's doing. However, this is wrong. What I started doing recently is actually when he recommends a coin, he doesn't recommend it, but when he talks about a coin, I go ahead and do my research, and then I decide, do I like this project? Do I see it going anywhere? And I try to challenge him and try to challenge why he's thinking that, and then I would take my own decisions and not follow his advice blindly. So make sure you do that as well, because you don't want to end up blaming other people for your decisions. When you do your own research and you take your own decisions, you end up only blaming yourself if something were to happen. However, if you follow someone's advice blindly, you're going to blame them if something goes wrong, and we definitely don't want to do that because, well, they didn't tell us to buy it. We decided to do it at the end of the day. Which brings us on to the fifth point of why you should not invest in Bitcoin, and that is because you just don't believe in Bitcoin. If you don't believe in Bitcoin, then just don't buy it. If you want to make a quick buck off of it, as you said earlier, it's probably not going to work, because if you don't believe in it long term, the ups and downs are just going to be too much for you. Well, not the ups, you're going to enjoy the ups, but the downs are going to be too much for you to handle. And since you're not looking 2 to 5 years or 10 years down the line, then you're probably not going to be able to withstand a 10% drop. Well, because losing 10% of your money sucks and no one wants to do that. So when I lose 10% of my money, I wouldn't mind, because I'm looking at the bigger picture where Bitcoin is going to go to $250,000 and beyond. So small moves, or even big moves for that matter, do not faze me at all. So if you don't believe in Bitcoin, you're not going to be able to withstand those. Don't buy Bitcoin if you don't believe in it. Leave the Bitcoins for us, for people who actually believe in it. And when you don't buy it, well, there's just more Bitcoins for us. But anyway, I always recommend you do your own research about Bitcoin, because I personally love Bitcoin. As I said, I recommend everyone to get educated about it. If you want to learn about Bitcoin, watch this video. I talk about it. Make sure you don't buy Bitcoin if you do any of those 5. And if you actually do any of those 5, make sure you correct them and then buy Bitcoin if you decide to do so. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here and you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.